Hello and welcome to our Flow and Restore Yoga. My name is Michelle Chua, and for this practice, you want to bring out whatever kinds of props that you may have, such as 2 blocks, a strap, a bolster, and a blanket, or anything that can substitute for those items. And this week we're physically focusing on bringing the shoulders and the hips into extension. So let's start in a posture that will start to open up the fronts of the hips. If this works for your body, I invite you to have a seat on a block or 2 blocks stacked between your ankles as you point your toes back in hero's pose. If it doesn't work for your body, as with any of my invitations of versions of postures, feel free to explore what your body actually needs and change things up, opt out. You always have those options. So here is a very simple short excerpt or quote by Eckhart Tolle. You are present when what you are doing is not primarily a means to an end, such as money, prestige, winning, but fulfilling in itself, when there is joy and aliveness in what you do. So how do we bring that into our physical yoga practice? We start by setting an intention. I perceive the intention setting as a way to arrive and to bring your focus onto something, right? Because yoga and meditation starts with training our minds to be continuous with what we are steadying our attention on. But ultimately, our practice is about being open, right? Letting go of a particular way that intention has to manifest and trusting the unfolding of life, trusting the process, even the things that we can't visibly see, the nuances. And so we set an intention and then we let go of expectations of the outcome. And then, moment by moment, breath by breath, we bring that sense of, here I am. This is what's happening right now. And can we, especially in this focus today, allow ourselves to fully immerse in whatever is happening moment to moment in our practice as a practice of allowing joy and aliveness in our daily lives outside of this yoga practice. Whatever we're focusing on here, hopefully we're bringing it out into our day-to-day lives. So the simplest moments of having tea by the window or in your garden can be so nourishing when we allow ourselves to fully be there. And so let's practice now in our yoga asanas. Taking a moment to check in and be with what's present in your body. You might close the eyes and begin to scan around mentally. Notice the sensations that are calling your attention. Allowing all of them to be information. No need to judge them. And so gathering what you're working with physically, notice what you're working with energetically by witnessing the flow of your breath without controlling or changing how you're breathing. You might sense its texture or its depth. And now observe what you're working with mentally and emotionally. How does your mind feel right now? How does your heart feel? And so accepting what is, just as it is in the present moment. Allow a deeper breath in. And then open the mouth to let it go. Each new breath slightly deeper. Notice where you can feel it in your body expanding. And a few more times, exhaling through your mouth, maybe even sighing it out. Welcome the breath into your back ribs, your side ribs, the pit of your belly, the top of your chest. And as you continue to deepen your breath, I invite you to think of someone or something you feel gratitude for. Letting gratitude be a regular part of our practice of opening our heart minds. Now I invite you to set your intention for what you're choosing to focus on and invite into your experience through this practice and afterwards. And then thinking outside of ourselves, I invite you to choose somebody that you might like to dedicate your practice to today as a way of letting our efforts be sent as an offering for somebody else's well-being besides ourselves. And now let's open the practice together, chanting in support of each other, the sound of interconnection, Om, 3 times. Let in a deep breath. And to help regulate our energies so that we're approaching our physical body with a balance, and to invite calm and focus, let's begin a breathing technique called Ujjayi Pranayama, which means victorious breath. So closing your lips if you can, continue to breathe just through your nose, creating a soft whispering sound to your breath by gently constricting or narrowing the back of your throat. So that as you can listen to your breath, you can fine-tune it, that it's slow inhale matched with an evenly slow exhale. Smooth, calm waves of breath rising and falling. Take your time to reach the very top of the in-breath and the very bottom of the out-breath. Setting a steady rhythm that will slowly and mindfully move our bodies through very soon. And so let's bring the fingertips behind you on the floor, turning your fingertips to face the back wall. So you're bringing the shoulders into slight extension. And as you press the tops of your feet and shins on the ground, as you breathe in, to whatever comfortable degree, start to lift your pelvis off the block and press the hips forward, roll the shoulders further back like bridge pose. And as you breathe out, gently lower your pelvis. Let's try 4 more of that. Inhale, press down to lift up, sliding the shoulder blades down your back ribs. Exhale, gently release. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale up. Exhale down. And last time, inhale. Exhale. And then lifting your spine vertically upright, backstroke your left hand behind you, raise the right arm, sit up a little taller as you breathe in, relax the shoulders, and without moving your pelvis, twist to your left side and place your right hand on your lap or the back of the hand against your left thigh. Twisting as you breathe in, root down through the pelvis some more and stretch up through the back of your skull. And as you breathe out, invite your rib cage to continue rotating. One more deep breath. At the bottom of the exhale, release. Backstroke the right hand behind you, raise the left arm. Root down to your legs, breathe in, lengthen up through your spine, and then keep your pelvis still as you exhale to twist to your right. Lowering your left hand on your lap or pressing the back of the hand against your right thigh. Continuing to twist for a couple more breaths. At the end of the exhale, unwind. And let's make our way into downward facing dog. Spend the first few breaths there, moving any way your body might need to loosen up. You might shake and nod the head to relax your neck as you lift the shoulders back. You might pedal your feet to stretch into your hamstrings and calves, maybe adding to that, swiveling your hips side to side to stretch into your outer hips, sides of the torso. And then find stillness for 2 full cycles of breath, landing your gaze on one spot. Lifting the hips high and firming the tops of the thigh bones back while drawing the heels towards the earth. Once you've exhaled the second breath out, walk or lightly jump to the front of your mat, forward fold. Separate your feet at least hips distance parallel, and then bend your knees generously as you reach the hands behind you to clasp or to hold a strap between the hands. As you breathe in, lift your heart, pull it forward, and as you breathe out, fold a little deeper. And completely relax your neck. You might find it helpful to loosen up your spine by swaying it, or to loosen up your hamstrings by straightening one leg and leaning towards it, and then switching sides. Or untensing your jaw by fluttering your lips a few times. And then let the arms fall, let your head and torso hang loose. And with knees bent, breathe in to slowly roll your spine as if stacking one vertebra at a time. And as you arrive in mountain pose, allow a few breaths of inhaling, rolling the shoulders forward and up, and exhaling them back and down. Inhale forward and up. Exhale back and down. Once more. And then standing tall, join your hands in prayer, heart center in Padasana, reconnecting to the energy of your intention and bringing that into how we move our bodies to our breaths. And let's offer gratitude to the sun, beautiful source of energy. Surya Namaskar Si, sun salutation Si. As you breathe in, sweep your arms forward and lift your heart towards the sun. As you breathe out, bow towards the earth. Land your fingertips on the ground. Inhale, step your left knee behind you to a kneeling lunge and gaze up. While holding your breath, step into plank pose. As you exhale, lower your knees, then chest, then chin. Inhale, slither forward and soften your shoulders back into cobra. Exhale, press up and lift your hips back to downward facing dog. Inhale, step your left foot beside your left thumb. Lower your right knee and gaze up. Exhale, step your right foot forward and bow. Rooting down to your soles, inhale, rise. Lifting your heart, drop the shoulders back. Exhale, gather your palms in prayer at your heart center. Side two, inhale, sweep your arms overhead in Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bow into yourself in Uttanasana. Plant your fingertips and inhale, step the right knee back this time, gazing up. Hold your breath as you step to plank. Then Ashtangasana. Exhale, lower knees, then chest, then chin. Inhale, Bhujangasana, drawing the shoulders back, cobra pose. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot beside your right thumb. Lower your left knee, look up. Exhale, step the left foot forward and bow. Rooting down, inhale, rise. Dropping your shoulders back as you lift the heart. Exhale, recenter your palms at your heart center. Let's move into Sun Salutation A. Inhale, sweep the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bow in, Uttanasana. This time, press your hands on your legs, to blocks, or the ground as you inhale to stretch your spine forward to half forward fold. And carefully step to your plank pose, legs straight or knees on the ground. As you engage your abdomen, glide forward and exhale to lower halfway down, hugging the elbows towards your ribs in Chaturanga Dandasana. Then inhale to Cobra or Upward Facing Dog. Exhale to Downward Facing Dog. Let your body be still this time for 2 deep breaths. When you've emptied the second exhalation, then walk or lightly jump to the front of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen forward, Ardha Uttanasana, half forward fold. Exhale again, Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, rise, lifting your heart towards the sun. Exhale, marry your palms in prayer once more. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen forward, Ardha Uttanasana. Choose to step to plank, lower knees, chest, chin, or lightly float to Chaturanga. Take it to your version of your vinyasa. Now this time as we arrive in downward facing dog, inhale, sweep your right leg behind you. As you exhale, bend the right knee and turn out your right thigh at the hip. Now you could stay here a few breaths, tacking the left hip back, or if you feel warm enough in your shoulders, flip it over into a back bend called Wild Thing, in which you step the ball of your right foot outside the left edge of your mat, keeping the right knee bent as you flip the belly to face the sky. Left leg is straight, sealing the sole of the left foot flat on the earth. And as you lift your pelvis high, raising the right arm towards the front wall, drop your head back. Let's give it a lion's breath. Deep inhale through your nose. Stick out your tongue, any sound, let it out. Then come back to 3-legged downward facing dog. And set the right foot to meet the left. Second side. Inhale, sweep your left leg behind you. Exhale, bend the knee, rotate the thigh externally at the hip. Stay here a few breaths, tacking the right hip back, or gently flip it over into Wild Thing, stepping the ball of the left foot outside the right edge of the mat. Left knee stays bent, right leg is straight. Sole of the right foot presses into the earth as you lift the pelvis, drop the head back. Deep, deep inhale, lion's breath, stick out the tongue. Come back to downward facing dog. Bend your knees, empty the breath, then walk or float to the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms to rise. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands in prayer, Padasana. Let's bring the feet together to touch. We're going to make our way through parts of Surya Namaskar B, inserting a few postures in between. So on your next inhale, bend your knees together to touch and sit low, leaning back towards your heels. Raise your arms in chair pose, Utkatasana. As you exhale, shift your weight forward and hinge from your hips, Uttanasana. Press with your hands and inhale, lengthen to Ardha Uttanasana. Take it through your vinyasa at your pace of breath. When you arrive in downward facing dog, keep your hips leveled this time and inhale, sweep the right leg behind you. Exhale, bend the right knee high towards your nose, engaging your abdomen to quietly land the right foot beside your right thumb and spin the left heel down. Inhale, rise to warrior one. So both feet equally grounded, especially the outer left heel. Square your hips to evenly face the front of the room. Bend your front knee right on top of the ankle and straighten your back leg. Let's backstroke the arms, bringing both shoulders into extension for humble warrior. Either clasp your hands or hold a strap between them. On your inhale, draw your shoulders back. As you exhale, begin to bow forward, either resting on top of your right thigh or lowering the head inside of your ankle. Try to keep squaring your hips, so tack the right outer hip back. Turn the left outer hip to face forward. And if you're feeling challenged in balancing here, like it feels like you're trying to balance on a tightrope, widen your stance sideways and really use the back heel to root you down. Let the head fall. As you're stretching the arms forward, lift the shoulders. One more deep breath. Keep your hands clasped and start to lift your torso forward for warrior three. You can keep the hands like this. You could lower your hands on blocks or the floor. Now, as you shift all your weight into your right foot and lift the left leg, flex the left foot. Turn the left outer hip to face the ground as you tack the right hip back, creating a horizontal line through the midline of your body. Check in with your breathing. Optional to stay here, last couple of breaths, or to bow towards the right leg in standing splits. Eventually, step back to warrior one. Pause for an inhalation. And then exhale your hands down, either through a vinyasa, cat-cow, maybe rest, or direct to downward dog. Downward facing, deep inhalation. And gently whisper it out through the nose. Keeping your hips leveled, inhale, raise your left leg behind you. Exhale, bend the knee high towards your nose. Gently landing the left foot beside your left thumb and spinning your right heel down. Inhale, rise up to Virabhadrasana 1. So take a moment to feel that your feet are spaced wide enough sideways so that you're able to equally face your frontal hip bones forward while bending the front knee directly above your ankle and straightening the right leg as you press the outer right heel into the ground. And let's backstroke the arms for humble warrior. Maybe switching the cross of your thumb and index finger on top. As you breathe in, roll your shoulders back. As you breathe out, begin to bow, either resting on your front thigh or releasing the head inside of your ankle. Keep drawing the left hip back, squaring the hips. Loosen the jaw, loosen the neck. Couple more deep breaths. Now start to lift the torso diagonally and look forward. Hands clasp or lower your hands on blocks. Shift forward into Virabhadrasana 3. As you lift the right leg, flex the foot. Draw your crown and heart forward. Turn the right hip to face the ground. Draw the left outer hip back. And feel your center alive and engaged. How can you bring joy or open yourself to it in this moment? And then in this. And in this. Take your time stepping back to warrior one. Let in a deep breath. Last chance to practice the vinyasa if you'd like to take it. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Pausing as you steady your gaze, check in with your body like we did at the start. What are you noticing in your breath, in your mind? Please bring your knees to the ground and let's prepare for supine hero's pose, taking that first posture into a little more depth. So behind you, you might want to set up something that will catch your torso, like how we set up for supported fish, little back bend, dropping the shoulders back. I'll show you some versions of the setup that you can choose from. I'll start with the most props supporting you, like tallest block at the rearmost end of the mat, medium block, about 5 to 6 inches towards you from there, going across the width of the mat. And then a bolster on top of the block, slanting down towards your toes. And then maybe even adding a folded blanket or a second pillow on top. Add as many as you might need, because then as you lean back, if you feel like you don't need some, you can just pull them out. And then start very close to your props, sitting facing away from them, either on a prop between your ankles or on your calves, or gently roll the calves aside and sit on the ground between your ankles. Now, to help safely align your knees, make sure you're pointing your toes back because your knees are pointing forward, right? Not turning out or turning in. And try to keep your knees on the ground, the whole posture. So only go as far back as you can do that, as well as not splaying your knees wider apart than your hips distance. So tune into your breath and really just listen to your body. How far is it asking you to lean back? Maybe you don't even need to lean back and you can feel lengthening happening in your quadriceps. And then notice if you need to rearrange the props behind you. We're going to be here for 3 minutes. Whoop. Allow your shoulder bones to roll back as your shoulder blades slide down your back. And how would it feel like to just allow yourself permission to fully immerse in the breath by breath moments of this asana? Not worrying about what comes next or what already happened, nor even having to analyze anything, just being with what is. Tune into one more full cycle of breath, taking your time with it. And once you've completely let it go, press your hands into the ground and allow for several breaths to lift your torso upright. Stretching your legs out in front of you and removing any props from behind you. Find your strap and let's meet lying on our backs. Lying on your back, bend your right knee into your chest and step the ball of your right foot into the strap. Extend your right leg towards the sky. Ooh, if you have a loop on the strap, that could be helpful. And hold the strap in your right hand. Press your left palm on the very top of your left thigh to ground the back of your left hip and flex both of your feet. Curl all your toes back towards your shins. And then ground the shoulders, relax the neck. How's your breathing? Now from your right hip socket, begin to rotate your right thigh bone externally so the right knee and toes begin pointing towards your right wall. Then little by little, start to abduct your right leg or move it away from the midline of your body out to the right side. Now the strap is useful if clasping the big toe will cause you to lift the shoulders off the ground, but if it doesn't, you can hold on to the big toe instead, or even your inner ankle, your heel. And as you're opening the right leg, breath by breath, draw your right outer hip towards the heel of your left foot so that you're lengthening the right side of your torso rather than shortening it. Let's tune in for another minute or so in this supine version of hand to big toe pose. Now begin to lift your right leg up towards the sky again, switching hands, holding the strap, so now it's in your left hand, or holding the outside of your right foot with your left hand. Take a moment to use your right thumb and hook your right outer hip crease, pressing it forward, and then open your right arm wide out to the right, ground the right shoulders, slide your hips a little closer to the right side of your mat. You might even look over your right shoulder to stretch your neck and begin to cross your right leg slowly over your body to your left side, entering a twist. Parita Uttita Hasta Parangushtasana. Twisting, hand to big toe pose. And as you continue to twist, continue to draw that right outer hip towards your left heel. Another minute here. And if you're needing a deeper stretch into your outer right thigh, your IT band, while you're in this twist, sickle your right foot from the right ankle, turn the sole of your right foot to face the ground. Gently begin to roll onto your back, lifting your right leg towards the sky, this time holding the strap with two hands or holding the back of your right leg, like the calf, with two hands. Flex both of your feet again, and with your two frontal hip bones equally facing the sky, begin to bring the right leg closer and closer by bending the elbows apart. If you have tightness in your hamstring, bend your left knee any amount you need, but try to keep your right leg straight as you're flexing the right quadricep, the front muscle of the right thigh, without locking your right knee. Then bend your right knee into your chest. Once again, lift the head and shoulders, relax the feet from flexing, squeeze in the right leg, and let it go. Take a long stretch up and down your body. Maybe roll out your feet, stretch into the ankles. Maybe clear out a few exhales through the mouth with lion's breath. Then bend your left knee into your chest. Now you might have a better idea whether or not you're going to use a strap. If so, step the ball of your left foot into the strap and hold the strap in your left hand. Raising the left leg straight up, press your right hand on the very top of your right thigh and flex both of your feet. Keep the back of the right hip grounded. From your left hip socket, externally rotate the left thigh bone so the left knee and toes begin to point at your left wall. And breath by breath, slowly abduct your left leg or move it away from the midline of your body. Again, if you can comfortably reach hold of your left big toe with your left peace fingers or hold the inner heel while keeping the shoulders grounded, you can opt to do that. As you continue to explore the range of motion in this posture, tack the outer left hip towards your right heel, helping to lengthen the left side of your torso. Sense the quality of your breathing right now. How is it supporting, welcoming joy in the moment to moment of this pose? Now lifting the left leg up towards the sky. Switch hands holding the strap. So now the right hand is holding the strap, or hold the outer edge of your left foot with the right hand. Slide your pelvis towards the left edge of your mat and open your left arm wide on the ground. Rooting the left shoulder down, maybe gaze past it. Now you might sickle your left foot to bring a deeper stretch into your left IT band, turning the sole of the foot to face the right wall. Then breath by breath, slowly cross your left leg over your body into your spinal twist. As you explore the range of motion in this posture, draw your left outer hip towards your right heel. Gently begin to turn over onto your back again, lifting the left leg straight up. This time hold the strap or the back of your leg with both hands and flex both of your feet again. Keep your 2 frontal hip bones facing the sky as you bring the left leg closer and closer, breath by breath. Remember, if your hamstring is yelling at you, listen to it and bend your right knee as much as you need. But try to keep your left leg straight without locking the knee, while flexing the front muscle of your left thigh, your quadricep, to support your hamstring. Bending your left knee into your chest, relax your feet. Hugging the left thigh in, lift your head and shoulders, deep breath. And let it go. Straighten the legs, raise the arms overhead. Explore any gentle movements you might need here, maybe a couple of lion's breaths. And let's rock up to sit. Straighten both legs in front of you and separate your feet hips distance apart for Paschimottanasana, a seated forward fold. You could opt to use a strap around the balls of your feet so that you have support in relaxing the shoulders further away from your neck if you need it. Flex both of your feet while pressing your insteps forward. Then root your sitting bones down and breathe in to lift your spine from your hips, relaxing the shoulders. As you exhale, begin to hinge forward from your hips, then pause. Inhale, root the pelvis down, stretch the spine some more. And only continue to fold if you can do so while still relaxing the shoulders, not rounding them or the back. Some of you might clasp your big toes. Now this posture is the opposite of what we were focusing on in the hips. helping us to balance out the hips and extension. This is hips and flexion. Pressing down through your pelvis. Lead with your chest. And as you breathe in, slowly rise up to sit. You might roll out your feet again or shake out your legs, roll out the shoulders, gently turn your head. Let's find a comfortable way to sit for one more pranayama before we rest in corpse pose. Invite you into alternate nostril breathing, Nadi Shodhana Pranayama, which is a cooling breath. It also helps to balance your yin and yang energy, feminine and masculine energy, as well as tuning inward, helping you to focus for meditation and to relax more deeply. So sitting up tall, relaxed, rest your left hand on your lap. You might place it in Gyan Mudra, which helps to concentrate. That's the palm face up with the thumb and first finger to touch. Place your right hand in Vishnu Mudra, sticking out the thumb, pinky, and ring fingers. And as you close your lips and continue to breathe softly, no longer creating a sound through the nose, we'll use the right thumb to close the right nostril like this, and the right ring and pinky to close the left nostril like this. Alternate nostril breathing. As we're practicing it, you might close your eyes and direct your inner gaze towards your third eye center, towards the middle of the brain. Another focusing technique. Let's practice 3 cycles of Nadi Shodhana Pranayama, or alternate nostril breathing together, and then continue 3 cycles on your own before letting go of controlling your breath. Then notice how you feel after. Let's prepare to start by breathing in fully through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Then close the mouth to begin. Close the right nostril with the right thumb. Inhale left for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath, 2, 1. Close left. Exhale right, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 2, 1. Stay here. Inhale right, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 2, 1. Close right. Exhale left. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 2, 1. Second cycle. Inhale left. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 2, 1. Close left. Exhale right. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 2, 1. Inhale right. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 2, 1. Close right. Exhale left. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold 2, 1, third cycle. Inhale left for 6, hold 2, close left, exhale right 6, hold 2, inhale right 6, hold 2, close right, exhale left 6, hold 2. Continue 3 more cycles on your own. When you finish breathing naturally, observe anything you feel. Continue tuning inward. You might even keep your eyes closed if they are, and gently begin to lower your body into Shavasana, lying down, closing the eyes, breathing naturally, and allowing yourself to go deeper inward. As you rest a little longer here with eyes closed, like you did in the beginning, I invite you to mentally scan your physical body. What sensations do you notice now? How is your body responding to your asana practice? And very gently start to wake up your body. You might begin by wiggling fingers and toes, gently turning your head, stretching your arms and legs. And eventually turn over onto your right side and rest your head for a few moments. As you pause there, observe the quality of your breathing. How does your energy feel now? As you're ready, begin to lift your body slowly, finding a comfortable way in which you can sit for 10 minutes of guided meditation. Sitting tall, grounded, relaxed. You might choose a mudra to place your hand in to promote a certain feeling tone or concentration, such as stacking the palms face up on the center of your lap, thumb tips touching. I invite you to close your eyes, but if it doesn't make sense to you, then try steadying a gentle gaze, downcast. Here is a quote from the book, The Relaxed Mind. The true nature of mind is uncontrived, uncluttered with conceptual thinking, with thoughts and worries. When we trust in this nature, we experience its purity and vastness without the need for any kind of manipulation. Resting loosely in this way, at times a transformation comes immediately. As we meditate in this way more and more, the overall practice is one of simply remaining in this state more and more, becoming used to it. Thoughts may appear or they may not. It's not a problem. So can we bring that very lightheartedness in practicing to rest our mind? Like we're practicing the joy of simply being. And if your mind feels like it's reaching for something specific to rest on, start by resting on the feeling of the breath. Very subtle feeling as it enters the body and exits. If you experience waves in your mind, like the attention is jumping from one thing to another, see if you can relax amidst those waves. As soon as you notice a sort of restlessness in the mind, Let it be an opportunity to relax even more, including your physical body. Notice if there's anything tensing that you could relax so the mind can follow suit. Can you allow the feeling of a new inhalation to bring a sense of freshness to the moment, so that even if the mind was wandering, the freshness of a new breath brings it back to ease. Allow yourself to experience the joy of just being. Notice how your mind and heart feel right now. Sense the effects of your practice. How might you bring moments like this allowing yourself to just experience the joy of being throughout your day? Tiny moments as you're sipping your tea, as you're watching the sunset. And notice the effect at the end of the day when you lie down to sleep. As we bring our practice to a close, I invite you to allow a moment to offer gratitude to yourself for strengthening these practices of peace as we do so within ourselves. That's the kind of energy we contribute to the collective. And then remind yourself of your intention that brought you to your practice today. And remember to whom you dedicated this practice. Maybe visualize them a moment, receiving your love, your care. And together, let's close as we're chanting Om 3 times. Feel the resonance that we've co-created in our community practice. You're sending it out with your voice and you're integrating it within you. So let in a deep breath. Bowing in towards your heart center, honoring the light within. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.